I'm up. I'm up. You like that, huh?
Nice ride.
Thanks.
How much?
Excuse me.
How much for the car?
She's not for sale.
You have good day, sir.
Daisy.
I lost everything. That dog was a final gift from my dying wife.
Jonathan, you got out once. You dip so much as a pinky back into this pond, you may find something reaching out to pull you back in.
It's personal.
Where'd you get that car? What does it matter?
It's not what you did, son. It's who you did it to.
Nobody?
That nobody is John Wick.
You working again?
No, just sorting some stuff out.
Task your crew.
How many?
As many as you have.
Hey, John. I thought I'd let myself in.
People keep asking if I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
I'm not afraid of John Wick.
How good's your laundry?
No one's that good.
I thought not.
Welcome in, everybody, to as Liam would say, a very exciting episode.
It's a Keanu Reeves movie.
It's a Keanu Reeves movie. That movie show. Mike Wendt, Liam Stryker.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media at Mike Wendt, at Liam NAI. Hashtag that movie show, because we do take suggestions when you give them on what we are going to review.
Yeah, but if it's a goddamn John Candy movie, the answer's no.
You say that, but I have veto power. And you can also find what's happening right now. I believe we're in the final stages of round 2 of 3 of our tournament of X-Men. Now, what that's going to lead to, that is for us to know and you to find out.
Yes.
Just vote.
Wild card, bitches.
Don't worry about what the fucking movies are. Just vote.
Yeah, just vote.
People asking questions. Is it good? Is it bad? Just fucking vote.
Yeah, which
I'm
one?
so glad we can curse. We just did the radio show. And I was holding everything back.
Oh, I know.
Fuck!
Good. I'm glad we did it.
Got that out. We're doing John Wick today, bitches.
Fucking love Keanu Reeves.
Oh, man. So here's a fun fact.
Keanu Reeves is the best actor ever?
There is that. And I'll get into the John Wick business in a minute. This is a movie that it's weird. Okay, so I know you love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, this movie, I think I know what you're going to say, and I'll say it as the guy that's a diehard Keanu Reeves fan.
Go ahead.
Is that this movie has no business being as good as it is.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Oh, well, it has no business being as good as it is.
So it's a weird thing for me and Keanu Reeves. Because as much as you adore Keanu Reeves, my brother feels the same way. He's a huge Keanu Reeves fan. I just kind of sleep on Keanu Reeves for lack of a better term. Like, it took me a while to see The Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, I didn't see John Wick until my flight to Vegas, which was 2 months ago.
Yeah, as God intended.
And that was the first time I watched it, and it came out in 2014. I didn't see John Wick 2 until this past weekend.
Yeah, wow.
And the only reason I watched it is because I'm going to see John Wick 3 this weekend.
Yeah, right.
It's like the only reason I was like, I have to watch the sequel.
Yeah.
I own it.
Right. You gotta watch it.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm an addict. I'm still going to collect these movies. I still own movies that I've never seen before.
Yeah, of course.
There's a bunch of movies over there that I've just never put in my DVD player.
Yeah.
I
Like
can't
Mr.
find one at the moment.
PCU.
Mr. Mom is excellent.
Yeah, I know.
PCU is great.
Yeah. Oh,
Stop it.
I lost my copy of Orgasmo. Can we do Orgasmo on this show?
That's actually something that has been recommended on social media.
We gotta watch Orgasmo.
After our basketball review kind of blew up, people were like, "Do Orgasmo." I'm like, "Yeah, we got that."
Love
We
Orgasmo.
like to space shit out. You know, we did a Keanu Reeves movie last month.
love
We did a
Keanu
Keanu Reeves
Reeves.
movie the month before. We're gonna get through his entire IMDb. Just bear with us.
Yeah.
Which is also why I want to focus on the first one, because even though I've
Yes.
seen both,
Yeah.
I understand we're gonna get to John Wick 2 someday.
Yeah, when we have to do John Wick 4 next
Well, that's
year.
just it. John Wick 4 has already been announced.
Yeah.
And also Stars is doing a TV show
The
on
Continental.
the Continental, which I now have to get Stars.
I know.
Fuck.
I know. Oh, God.
All right, let me get the business out.
Yeah, get the business out of the way.
All right, John Wick. It was released October 24th, 2014. Had a budget of $20 to $30 million. Came back with a box office of $88.8 million. 88 miles an hour. God damn it.
They're getting a musical.
And John Wick.
I wish. I'm going to write the John Wick the musical.
It was... so here's all right, I'm just going to say it. It was directed by Chad. Say that name?
No.
Nope. It was also written by Derek. Say that name?
No.
No. Okay. And also one of the other guys, David Leitch, was the one who was the co-director on this, but because of the DGA's laws, he couldn't be credited as a director.
Right.
But it was a co-directed movie. I don't know how the DGA works, because the Russo brothers direct everything together and are always credited together, but John Wick's directors are like, fuck you.
Yeah. I don't know.
The
brothers,
Wachowskis.
the Coens.
The Coens are actually a weird one.
Oh, they're
Because
director-producer.
Yeah.
They are director-producer.
This one was a specific. I watched a video, and it was very specific about how they co-directed. However, only one was allowed to be credited because of DGA rules.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking unions. Anywho.
Yeah, right.
Keanu Reeves is a star of this. It also has Bridget Moynihan, Ian McShane, who I love, John Leguizamo, Willem Dafoe, Partridge in a Pear Tree. It's a whole bunch.
Kevin Nash.
Fucking Super Shredder is in this movie.
Diesel.
Doing his
big.
second Russian character. Who's seen The Punisher?
Yes,
I have. I own that one somewhere over here.
Yeah, it's over here.
The Punisher is over in the P section.
Yeah, it's over in the P section.
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash.
With his horrible
Big,
Russian
sexy.
accent. And he lives.
There it is.
He lives.
Oh, yeah, because he knows John.
He lives.
Well, because...
Which got Kevin Nash, best businessman in the business, always looking out for those possible returns.
Right. He's looking for the next paycheck.
Exactly. I could show up in John Wick 8. No big deal. Big sexy lived.
Yeah, right. Well, so that scene, and we'll get to it, just shows how...
That's the business, I guess.
It just shows how smart this movie is when it has no right to
when
be.
it puts Kevin Nash in a movie, you get box office. That's how smart.
That's how smart this movie is.
I'm a Kevin Nash fan.
So let's just jump right in, because this movie is awesome.
Let's do it. We start with John Wick.
Oh, I do actually have one more anecdote. Okay. So this past weekend, I was at a wedding. And so it was a Friday wedding. So Saturday, I was super hungover. On the Paramount Network, all they did was air John Wick 1, then John Wick 2, then John Wick 1, then John Wick 2. I watched these movies 4 times on Saturday.
Okay, well here's my thing. Because I did the same thing. I didn't watch them 4 times. I watched them back to back. But they're on the Paramount Network. You're seeing TV edits.
I am. There is that, but the movie still holds up. There's not much.
Does it?
There's not much difference.
It's a headshot every 2 minutes.
Yeah, and they kept it in.
God bless the Paramount Network.
Yeah.
Bar Rescue and John Wick.
It's the best.
Don't call us Spike.
Yeah, don't call us Spike. We're not the network for men anymore, because we can't be the network for men anymore.
Nope.
Because it's 2019.
Yep. Moving on.
But so the movie starts.
Paramount bitches.
So the movie starts and John Wick is all fucked up.
Yeah, he kind of rolls out of a car and watches a video of him and his wife on the beach.
Yeah, and so she's like, he's dying.
Right
clearly.
off the bat, I'm giving John Wick a lot of points for not doing vertical video.
Yeah, right, already. Yeah.
Right off the bat,
He
me and
knows.
him can hang out in a bar.
He knows. He
Yeah.
understands how to film with a phone.
Look, you bring the gold coins, I'll order the drinks at the Continental.
Yeah, right. And so then that's the only way that's going to work. And so then basically we're kind of treated to like a mini flashback.
Ian McShane!
We're treated to a mini flashback / like kind of just the exposition of this movie.
Yeah.
Which is told very well. John Wick, his wife is here, and then she's dying, and she dies, and then he's really sad about it. That's it. That's
2 minutes in the box, he feels shame.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's very simple. She's dying.
I love it though. I love this. That's the thing. When I first watched this movie, one of the main reasons I picked this to watch on the flight to Vegas was its runtime.
Yeah.
It's a tight hour 40.
Yeah.
Tight hour 40.
Well, it's like, look, here's the thing. We have the emotion. It's basically the same thing as like Up, where it's just like, look, we're going to tell you that they love each other in like 3 minutes. And she's
John Wick is Up.
John Wick is rated R Up. There it is.
I own that one too.
John Wick is rated R Up. There, I said it. Up is an Academy Award winning movie, and so should John Wick be.
God, Up is an Academy. Fucking Disney.
But you find out that they're in love. She gets sick.
Yeah.
She dies. He's really torn up about it.
Yeah.
Then the puppy shows up, and
Adorable.
and it's adorable.
Adorable.
It's an
And he's
adorable.
burning ass in his fucking car with that puppy, scaring the shit out of it.
Oh yeah, and he really loves that puppy.
Say what you will about John Wick, the man has impeccable taste in automobiles.
The man has impeccable taste in everything.
He's really good.
He's
Really good.
and
Except shaving.
yeah, except shaving.
His
He's not gonna-
weird wolf beard is
Yeah.
just fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It's bad, but it's
Shave your cheeks, bitch.
But John Wick, basically, her whole thing is like, I'm gone, but you need to love something.
Right,
So
right.
love this dog. Right?
Well, clearly she knew who she was married to.
Right.
This isn't a guy that gets over shit.
No. He also doesn't handle conflict well.
No. So you hand him the most adorable creature on
Here,
the planet.
you need to love
Here.
something. Love this.
Here's adorable in a dog.
Yeah, and so then he grows attached to the puppy.
I do like in the sequel that he doesn't name the dog.
No, he doesn't name the dog.
Does it have a name? No.
No. Just pet the dog. Call it a good boy, John.
Dog!
Just pet the dog. Call it a good boy, John. That's all we need. So then
Did he name this dog? I don't even know if he did.
It came with a name.
It came
I
with a
think.
name?
Yeah.
Oh, it came with the name.
It came with the name.
That's a Burbs reference, which I
Yeah,
own up here.
there it is. All right, great.
It came with the frame.
And
What
so,
a pretty girl. What's her name? Oh, it came with the frame.
so
We got to do the Burbs.
we do have to do the Burbs.
80s Tom Hanks can't beat it. Almost
Yeah.
as good as John Wick. Go on.
So John Wick is at the garage, and Theon Greyjoy's hanging out.
What?
Theon Greyjoy, the actor that plays the mafia boss's son.
Oh, he was getting gas.
Yeah, he was getting gas.
He was
And
getting gas.
Yeah, and so
I didn't know the dude's name. I've heard he's in Game of Thrones. I've never
Yeah,
seen it.
so basically the character he plays in Game of Thrones
Mm-hmm.
is a character that thinks he's a big shot and makes every poor decision you could possibly make.
Typecasting.
Typecasting.
Everybody.
So
I did like that one of his buddies is the assistant DA in Billions, and who I didn't know until watching behind the scenes John Wick stuff, has a heavy Cockney accent in real life.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That guy does a great New York accent, by the way.
Yeah.
And in this movie, Russian.
in this movie he's Russian. And so so basically
Neck tattoos.
yeah. So Theon Greyjoy,
terrible name.
That's the character in Game of
It
Thrones.
sounds like fucking detergent.
Yeah, I know, but that's
It sounds like something you would snake a drain with.
I know Theon
Greyjoy.
Yeah.
He'll get the shit out.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I can't remember his character name in this, and I don't care because he's Theon Greyjoy from.
I don't know. He's the fucking shit heel.
Yeah. So then he's basically like John Wick. I don't know who you are yet, but
He asked
I
how much
want
his
your
car
car.
was.
I want your car.
And the first car was a Charger, right?
It was.
Okay.
I believe it was just a brand new Charger.
It was gorgeous. It was,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
an old Charger. It was,
Oh,
it was a muscle
right.
car.
Yeah.
We didn't get the new one until much later.
later.
The final battle. Thanks, Dodge has the new Charger. But this was a gorgeous muscle car.
Right.
And he wanted to know how much.
Yeah, and John's like, it's not for sale.
I was like, it's not for sale.
No.
Which most situations would be like, cool. Not with this dickhead.
Yeah, and so he's persistent. By persistent, I mean he shows up at his house and is going to just take the car. In the scuffle, they kill the dog, and that's the biggest mistake he could have made.
The way you describe it, it sounds like it's an accident.
Oh, no.
They literally, the dogs, I mean, look.
Yes.
They're fucking John Wick up.
Yeah, yes.
The dog is doing dog shit.
Yeah, right.
He's barking. He's a little puppy. Hey, shut that dog up. How would you shut a dog up? I don't know. Maybe snapping its neck.
Yeah, let's just murder
and
it.
dropping its dead carcass on the fucking owner, who you don't know at the time
is the deadliest man on the planet.
He's a killer.
He's the deadliest man on the planet.
He's John Wick.
He is John Wick.
He makes the worst criminals shit their pants.
Yeah. And so basically they haul ass out of there with the car. They fuck up his other cars. And they...
well, I mean, he only has his wife's SUV gets a baseball bat to the windshield.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean... Okay, and here's where the storytellers do a great job. By the way, one of the directors was Keanu's stunt double in The Matrix.
Oh, great.
That's where we got these guys.
Yes.
They own an amazing stunt company. I want to say it's called 1811.
Right.
Out of Hollywood, and they are fucking ridiculous. Google, YouTube, look at their videos because they're incredible.
Right.
And one of them was his stunt double on Matrix. He got this script. And he brought it to them, and he says it in the behind the scenes stuff. He's like, I originally brought it to them because up until this point they had only done second unit stuff, stunt stuff, second unit stuff, and he's like, I brought it to them under the guise of, hey, let's do stunt work. And he's like, I was hoping they were gonna want to direct it, and they looked at the script and literally pitched him, and he's like, fuck yeah, let's do this. This was their first directing job.
Yeah, it's so good.
Their first directing job, and they've gone on. I mean, one of them has directed the two sequels.
Yep.
The other one has directed Deadpool 2.
Yes.
And Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, which is going to be
and
bananas.
And the Charlize Theron one.
Mad Max?
No.
Oh, Red or
Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde.
So they're pretty badass directors for having no fucking experience directing a movie.
Right.
But yeah, so I love that they threw in John Wick or Keanu Reeves riding a bus with no speed references.
Yeah, right.
Way to be subtle, kids.
Yeah, right.
Way to be subtle. We get the John Leguizamo's chop shop.
Yeah.
Because he already bitch slapped the guy for... I mean, he recognized John Wick's car
immediately.
By sight.
Immediately.
This guy has a rep.
Yeah, no, he... As soon as John Leguizamo sees that car...
He's like, what did you do?
You fucked up.
By the way, I love John Leguizamo. He's one of my favorite comedians from the 90s that didn't get enough great roles, but every time he pops up he crushes it.
Yeah, he's very talented.
Like even in Land of the Dead, which was an okay George Romero zombie follow-up thing, he was awesome.
Right.
So John Leguizamo, thumbs up. And he lives too, so he can show up.
I was in a movie with him and he's very nice. I was in What's the Worst That Could Happen.
That's right, you were. I was in acting class on the street when you guys were filming there in Boston.
Yeah, yes.
The John Robert Powers.
Yep.
I was in acting class. I was watching you guys film.
Oh, well, I was there. I was way younger then.
Yeah, I was way older than you and taking classes while you were getting paid to do what I wanted to do.
Hell yeah.
You're a dick. Moving on.
So John Leguizamo is just like, you fucked up. And so basically he calls Theon's dad. And
what's his name? Can we just call him something else?
Okay, fine. Well, I'll look up his actual character name.
Yeah, I'll do it. So
okay.
He does call his dad.
He calls his dad, who's the head of the Russian mob.
Yes.
And John Leguizamo is basically like, your son
fucked up.
Your son stole John Wick's car.
John Wick.
And so you stole John Wick's car, and
find his fucking
we gotta figure out, because it's like Russian as fuck.
Yeah, really. What's this guy? You're saying the actor's name?
No, I'm saying his character from Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow, you're really being a dick. That's why I don't recognize this name. I don't watch it. Oh, that's right. His name is Alfie Allen.
Alfie Allen, yeah.
Alfie Allen is the actor.
Correct.
All right, Alfie. Just say fucking Alfie. God
Fine.
damn it. Let's keep everybody on the same page here.
Fine. Everybody knows him.
Some of us won't watch that fucking Wizard and Boob show.
I don't watch the Wizard and Boob show either.
Shut up. All right, this is also where we're introduced to Dean Winter's character, who is the mayhem guy on TV for the commercials.
Yes.
Who
does a great job.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's the biggest flaw in the whole movie.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna say this. He is my biggest problem in the whole movie.
Okay.
And I want to get out of the way right fucking now. What is his purpose? He looks like either he's a lawyer or a crooked cop who doesn't want to be on the payroll but is on the payroll because he sucks.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
sucks
yeah,
in general. It's like the Russian mob boss is like, oh, assemble your men. He's like, how many? However many it takes. It's like the guy always has to yell at him. And then in the end, when they got the big fucking chase, he's sitting shotgun and he's literally going, who has a gun? Somebody give me a gun. You're in a crime syndicate, motherfucker. Why don't you have a gun?
Yeah.
What is your purpose here? I don't know his job. I don't know his role. I feel he's a giant flaw. And at the end, he takes one shot at John Wick's car. It ricochets off the thing and he starts laughing at his gun as John Wick power slides into him and kills him with a car.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have been happier to watch a character die than that motherfucker. And I like Dean Winters as an actor.
Yeah, I think he is supposed.
And he's a great actor. I just think this character was a waste.
Maybe. I feel like he was like a political advisor, because
But why does he have people? Why does
Alfie
he have
Allen,
a crew? Why does he have a crew of people that go after John Wick at the club?
So he's like an advisor
at the house.
Right. He's like an advisor, right? And so basically I
feel like there was more
there are
intention there.
There are two people that serve expositional purpose, right? And that's Alfie Allen and the mayhem guy, right? Because Alfie Allen is there because he needs to be explained who John Wick is.
Right.
And then once that information is explained, we need to get more backstory from the mayhem guy. And so yes, it's a little tidbits.
Do we?
Right, because
John Leguizamo clearly makes it clear that that John Wick's a bad motherfucker. Then he calls the Russian mob guy, who the second he says he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog, the Russian mob guy, who is the top baddie in this whole fucking movie, is like, oh fuck. That's all the explanation you need. This is the top. This is King Koopa, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
No, not explanation.
I don't
for him.
need mayhem being like, "Need me to get some guys, boss?"
No,
I mean, what is his role?
So the explanation.
What are the rules?
When I talk about explanation, I'm not talking about to him. I'm talking about to the audience.
I know what you're saying.
I
don't agree with it.
Yeah. So
agree to disagree.
Yeah, sure.
I think he's the biggest flaw, and he annoyed me the whole movie.
Okay.
But that was the only negative of the whole movie, by the way.
Yeah,
that's why I wanted to get it out of the way right now, because it really is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
And he was the only negative, and he was such a small part of the movie.
Right.
Moving on.
So basically, John Wick is showing up at the Continental. Or no, so he goes back to the house, and they have assembled men to go and murder John Wick because they're like, we got to get to him before he gets to us. Is basically what
I need to put into perspective here. John Wick kills 76 people because they stole his car and killed his dog.
Yeah.
Murder.
Yeah. So he's back at his house. He's back at his house, and he is because
I just should have drank my phone.
Yeah, of course you did. They're going to try and murder him, right? Because we have to kill John Wick before John Wick tries to murder us. And
That's the fucked up thing, because I feel that the bad guys really brought this shit on themselves.
They did.
I don't know. They all would have died anyway.
Right.
But they got a lot more people killed.
Right.
Because they tried to kill him.
Right.
And then they put a bounty on his head.
Right. Well,
even before he killed the kid.
Right.
It was $2 million.
Well, they
get William Dafoe in on this motherfucker.
Well, that's the thing.
Juice.
Well, after so they try to murder him, and you get the fun line from the cop that shows up. You working again, John?
Fantastic that the same cop shows up in the sequel.
Yes,
and it's the same actor, because I didn't recognize him in the first movie, but I did in the sequel because he's not wearing his hat and he was lit better. He was in. I want to say Network, maybe.
Okay.
On HBO, He's definitely one. He's played a snide, shitty character that I really love. I really like the actor that was playing him, and I was like, "Oh fuck, is that him? He's playing the same." And I actually IMDb'd it. I'm like, "Fuck, it's the same guy. Good for him. He's got 2 roles out of this. He's probably in the 3rd one too." I'm stepping on your cord. Yeah. So he's not really working. He's just sorting shit out.
He's sorting shit out.
But this is where we get the initiation of the coin system.
Right, because he
Luther.
Luther
from Warriors and from 48 Hours.
Yeah. Yes.
The cleaner.
He shows up because he's got to clean up these bodies. He's got to clean up these bodies, which is awesome. And
it's so. What's he say? I have to make a dinner reservation.
Yes, he's got to make a dinner reservation.
Do you need a dinner reservation, Jonathan?
Yeah. And it's that's basically what it is. He's called pest control. I think it's pest control that shows
that was
up.
on the van. Yeah.
Oh, that was on the van. So,
but at this point, he's well beat up his basement, dug up his guns and his box of gold coins.
Right. So
which have no denomination, and even the director's like, yeah, it's up to the fans.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. They're just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever you guys think it means. It means that.
It means that.
It doesn't mean anything. It's just an initiation thing. It's like it's cool.
Yeah, right. It's a secret society
it's just
thing.
Cool.
And so
Don't
John
overthink
Wick,
this shit.
John Wick decides he's got to go take down the Russian mob because they murdered his dog.
As you do.
As you do.
I mean, he's still needs his car back.
He does need his car back as well.
It's a fantastic Dodge Challenger.
Right.
Charger.
So he goes to the Continental, which is the coolest part in this movie.
It's the coolest hotel ever.
It is. And it's just a hotel for assassins.
I really want to go to a Continental.
You can.
Well, probably
Sort
not
of,
anymore.
not anymore.
Probably not anymore.
Yeah, because the movie's
it's
out.
It's probably done at this point.
But anyway,
But on Stars,
Yeah.
we're going to live the Continental life.
Yeah.
Come to the luxurious Continental in downtown Times Square, where there is no traffic ever in movies.
No.
No New York traffic?
Ever.
Again, okay, I said that Dean Winters was the only flaw in this movie. That's the second one.
Yeah, okay.
The lack of traffic in New York City was bullshit.
Yeah, so we show up to the Continental, and the Continental just kind of builds this world very subtly, which is really cool.
Yep.
Because the Continental
Who's the bellhop? He was the guy in The Wire. I want to say Lance Reddick.
I do not know is the actor's name.
I want to say it's Lance Reddick. If I'm wrong, at Mike Wendt, hashtag that movie show.
Yeah, right.
But he was the captain on The Wire.
Okay.
He's a fantastic actor. There's actually 2 Wire actors in this one. The other one is up in the hotel room. He's the other black guy.
Okay.
That the woman kills.
Yeah.
He played Freeman on The Wire.
Yes.
But
And
I don't know their names. Sorry. I got a phone. The computer's over there. Fuck it.
yeah, whatever.
Anywho.
And so they build a really cool world where the assassins come in here. They can't conduct business. Or,
I love it.
The
world building is fantastic. It's
subtle.
Like subtle.
Subtle.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, and this is a line from the second one, but he's like, is the sommelier in? And the sommelier is the arms dealer where I'm going to buy the guns.
Which was awesome in the second one because it was also played by Simon Pegg's roommate in Shaun of the Dead.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, good. Fair fucks to that guy.
Right. And so,
By
but
the way, the sequel also has Franco Nero. Can I just talk about the original Django for a second?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Franco Nero and Ian McShane in the same movie. Fuck, that was awesome.
It is awesome.
I couldn't believe it because, of course, you show up to Italy and you just meet Django.
Yeah, of course.
That is
Good
bravo.
job. Bravo.
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 Fair fucks to you.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And so
We meet Ian McShane.
we meet Ian McShane. He's management.
He is management.
He's management
Jonathan.
for Continental.
I can't tell, and it's because of his accent. I can't tell if he's being polite, condescending, or both.
Both, probably.
Probably both.
Oh
my God, I love this man.
Yeah, he's great.
He's fucking awesome. I can't wait for the Deadwood movie.
Yeah, he's also great as Odin.
Yeah.
Odin in New
He's also
Gods.
great in Sexy Beast.
Okay, I've never seen it.
Yeah, take that home with you tonight.
Okay.
Because we're going to have to review it. I've been recommending it, and I think you haven't said yes because you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Take it home with you tonight.
All right, I will.
It's
over there somewhere.
It's fantastic.
That's right.
British crime drama, Ray Winstone, Ben Kingsley, Ian McShane.
Oh, okay.
Sexy
I'm
Beast.
in. So while that's going on, the Russian mob tries to recruit Willem Dafoe to murder John Wick.
William Dafoe.
Yeah,
who's making juice.
Yeah, but he's also the best in everything that he does.
Okay, I like the fact, and here's a little fun fact, behind the scenes stuff. This is what you get when you get an actor like Willem Dafoe. so the directors are like, yeah, originally we just kind of met him.
Yeah.
And he said, well, my character is older. He's trying to stay in the game. He's trying to stay in shape with all these other assassins. He brought the juice element for his character because he needed to be in, like, he needed to stay in shape and stay in the game and stuff. And they're like, we never would have thought of that shit. But that's what you get when you hire Willem Dafoe.
Right. Somebody that thinks about this character.
He wasn't being hired for script punch-ups.
Yeah.
He was just like, this character needs this little story bit.
Yeah, just to figure it out.
Just to be cool.
Yeah. And so John Wick is now just on the prowl. He's just trying to murder Alfie Allen.
Yeah. So is this the point where the woman who spots him, the female assassin?
Yeah,
Perkins. By the way, I love the fact that they have their own Assassin's Jazz Club.
Yeah, right.
Which is awesome. So Perkins spots him in the jazz club and basically reaches out to the Russians.
Right, being like, I found him.
And is like, look, I'll kill him on Continental grounds.
But you got to pay me for
a price.
Yeah.
And the bounty was 2. She was going to get paid $4 million to kill him on the Continental.
Right. Because if...
Is this where we go up to the hotel room?
No,
there was a fight.
No, there's a couple of...
It's after the club.
It's after the club. So basically, he finds out where Alfie Allen is. And
Ian McShane tells him.
Yeah, Ian McShane tells him
the name of the club.
The name of the club. So he's going to go there and he's going to murder Alfie Allen in this very cool techno nightclub / jacuzzi club.
It's literally where the entire budget of this movie was.
Yes, it is.
This scene, including Kevin Nash.
Yeah, so that's where Kevin Nash is. Kevin Nash shows up and he's like...
He's a doorman.
He's a doorman. He's just like...
He's a doorman smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, he pulls a gun to him and basically he's just like, please don't kill me. Like...
I want to be in the sequel.
Yeah, please don't kill me. And John Wick's like, I like you, and I'm not going to because I like you.
The funny thing is, there was no reason for this interaction.
No.
John Wick was already behind him.
Yeah.
He could have very quietly opened the door and gone in.
And just, left him alone.
That's how much respect they have for Kevin Nash, the actor. They needed to
of course.
give him a speaking role.
And so, basically... John Wick just starts murdering people in jacuzzis.
Oh man, is it good?
Glass is shattering everywhere.
It's so good.
They run into the nightclub, which is just bumping. Yep. Alfie Allen is literally running
red circle.
Yeah, he's running around in a towel. Nobody cares. And he shoots like 3 people and nobody cares.
It was great because there was one extra I remember where John Wick shoots a guy in the head. The guy drops. John Wick clears, and the extra who's dancing kind of looks down at him and is like, "Ha!" and just keeps dancing.
Yeah, right.
It's like, I don't know what your motivation is here, but it's all wrong.
Yeah, right.
Either you're a criminal or you're don't
so
realize
high.
That guy's dead.
Well, because there's a guy that like comes over and John Wick just puts a gun in his stomach and just pumps
repeatedly.
Him. And the guy just drops. And
so many wasted bullets. In
this.
This.
But John Wick reloads all the
Many
time.
times.
Like they actually do a great job of like.
Well, I mean, there was that famous viral training video that Keanu had, and the Halle Berry one just came out as well, and she looks fucking phenomenal in the training video.
Right. So Alfie Allen escapes. He ultimately escapes because, it just becomes too much for John Wick.
Plot convenience.
Yeah, plot convenience. Because
we need to drag this. It's an hour 40, but we're going to get to the hour 40.
Yeah, we do got to have multiple action sequences. And so...
Because this is still like the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Right.
You can't just kill him and be done.
And so basically this is where Perkins is like, yeah, I'll come and murder John Wick. She tries to come in and break him up, but Willem Dafoe helps out because he got stabbed.
He got stabbed with the champagne bottle, so he had to have the Chinese guy who was
doctor.
also in the Matrix reloaded.
Yes, he was the gatekeeper, the key master.
Guy. Yeah.
The key master. The gatekeeper, the key master.
The key master, not Gozer, the key, whatever.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. So yeah, he stitches him up. A great little back and forth where he's like, well, if you don't want any discomfort, I would say don't move at all.
Yeah.
But if you have to move, take a bunch of these.
Yeah.
And your stitches are going to pull, but you won't feel shit.
Yeah, right. And he's like, I got that covered because he's drinking like high-end whiskey.
Yeah, that doesn't work, actually.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't work. It actually does the opposite
It
effect.
numbs your
but
mouth.
you know what? It's cool.
It's cooler. So Perkins is going to come in and she's going to try and murder him. Willem Dafoe just has a sniper rifle trained on him.
Well, because he was hired as well.
Yeah, because he was hired as well to do it, and he said he would. And so basically, he
Willem Dafoe
alerts.
was another weird character in this because he was hired to kill John Wick.
But he doesn't want to, kind of.
Yeah, but that doesn't almost matter.
Right.
Because it's not that he doesn't want to kill him, it's that he's actively trying to help him.
Right.
And
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean...
And they don't have a conversation until the almost end.
I mean, you get it. They all have professional respect for each other.
Right.
But yeah, because he sees Perkins coming into the hotel room and wakes him up by shooting the pillow next to him.
Yeah. Weird.
I mean, all right, but he was also there. I mean, why was he perched? If he didn't want to kill John Wick, why was he there? Why was he perched up there? He was going to kill him in the Continental.
Right.
Which means he was getting $4 million as well, I'm assuming, unless he's just, dumb.
Yeah.
And he's going to kill a guy in the Continental for half.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Perkins is going to take full nut.
Full nut, baby. Yeah, so he basically wakes up. There's a gunfight.
Great action scene. Great little fight scene with him and Perkins.
Yeah, so
She kicked ass in this.
Yeah, she was awesome. And so John Wick overpowers her, and he basically leaves her with, another guy.
Well, that's Freeman from The Wire.
Right.
Who, again, the gold coins come in. He's like, hey, you want to make a coin?
Right.
Watch this bitch.
Yeah, watch this chick.
Granted,
but
she kills him.
But he ends up finding out information about the church through her.
Correct.
And so he then goes to this front of a church where he's going to basically burn
Another great scene.
all of the stuff.
Every asset that the Russian mob has.
Yes.
And as the Russian mob guy says on the phone, or no, actually, he says it when he's torturing him.
Yeah, it's not the money.
It's not the money. It's all the leverage I had on this entire city, all the blackmail shit,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. Which was a great line because as a viewer, you think, oh, he burned all his money.
Yeah, no.
Now, granted, gold doesn't burn, so a lot of those coins can be salvaged.
Yeah. And then,
But I'm just nitpicking.
but again, I think that John Wick knew that. That's not the money wasn't the point.
Right.
Right. The money wasn't the point. It was sending a message.
Right.
It was ruining him.
It was the Russian mob's vault.
Right.
It wasn't their money vault. It was their
Yeah.
vault. That's everything they have.
Right.
That's their power over the city.
Right. Because
Another great scene where he just he's walking down the aisle of the church and just starts popping people,
Yeah.
including the priest.
Yeah, right. So then there's an awesome gunfight inside the car, inside the parking lot, because he's going to try and get to the head of the Russian mob to get his son.
Correct.
And
They hit him with a car.
they hit him with a car, and
They hit Keanu Reeves with a car.
right, and so that's the only way to take him down.
Legit. Great stunt scene in the behind the scenes on this one.
I bet.
Oh, it was fucking Keanu did 90% of his stunts without a double. It was, like I said, there's extensive behind the scenes footage. I don't even have the Blu-ray. I have it on Vudu. On digital, and there's a bunch of behind the scenes featurettes. All of them minimum 15 minutes, most of them 30 to 40 minutes. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like they show all that, like that stunt crew 1811 stunt training and the previs and all the fucking the work they did in pre-production, like building up to this movie. It was so fucking cool. And then once they're in the movie, showing they didn't show the training video, but we all saw it online. But they showed all of the in-movie stunts happening behind the scenes. It was so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I really suggest if you have the Blu-ray or if you have the digital download, watch them.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Especially if you have any interest in filmmaking. It's awesome.
I love the sequence when he is in the church and they're kind of interrogating him a little bit, just because the emotion that Keanu Reeves shows in this is the best, because he's been playing the character very, very Keanu Reeves and kind of like subdued and somber.
Whoa.
So right, not necessarily.
Keanu finally loses his chill, man.
Right, but
he goes ape shit.
Right, but
granted though, the mob boss does literally say that God took his wife because of his misdoings.
Right,
basically saying your wife, who is the crutch of why you're doing what you're doing right now, died because of you.
Yeah.
And that's why your dog died.
Yeah.
It's like,
ooh.
Wow, dude, maybe lay it on a little less thick.
Yeah, right. But
he's going to fuck you up.
Well, it really punches when he starts talking about the, people keep asking me if I'm back.
Oh,
yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
The delivery was a little... I guess I'm too used to Keanu being Keanu because that delivery was like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it. It punched.
I didn't not like it, but I'm not saying I didn't cringe the first time I heard it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, you knew it was coming because
that line sucks.
Yeah. The line isn't.
I'm thinking I'm back. We get another take on that.
Yeah. Just get a redo on the line.
Punch up on that one.
So yeah, basically
the scene worked.
They're gonna murder John Wick in a bag. He ends up escaping thanks to Willem Dafoe again, and then he corners the mob boss in his car.
Ex Machina.
Yeah, it's Dafoe ex Machina, and so he gets the location of his son. Finally, from the mob boss,
right?
Because he's like, I just want your kid. I'm going to murder you and him or just him. Which one do you want?
Right.
You know? And so he's like, all right, this is where my kid is. And
he straight up gave up his kid.
He did. But it's awesome because this is one of the subtle things that makes this movie so good because we're seeing John Wick murder everybody at that safe house on his way to the mob boss's kid, while he's just standing there smoking because he's just waiting for the call to hear that his kid is dead. Like he's
another actually it was part of the behind the scenes stuff. That was another character choice. The actor went to the directors and he was like, "Look, in this scene, you just had me sitting at the desk. I think this character should be smoking a joint." And they're like,
"Yeah."
I don't know why he would. He hasn't done that all movie. He's like, yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. And legitimately rolled an actual joint and just sat there getting high and just answered the phone. And that was the scene. And it's like, they literally said like, yeah, we didn't really get it, but it worked.
Well, so you're right. You're right. We haven't seen him do that before, but it shows you
like he wasn't a stoner the whole movie. He was just a mob boss.
Right, but it's just it shows that it's a way for him to kind of numb the pain, knowing that this news is coming.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
And that's why it made sense.
That's why it works, and
again,
which is the coolest
they
part.
They didn't see it in advance.
Right.
And when the actor brought it to him and showed them what it was going to do, once it was filmed, they were like, yeah, that makes complete fucking sense.
Yeah, of course.
How did we not think of that? Of course we thought that. Let's take credit.
Yeah, so... Yeah, right, of course. And so basically... So everything's cool. John Wick is going to go home. Everybody's going to be done. And we're done here, right?
So has he killed the kid yet?
He killed the kid.
Okay, so that was the whole Call of Duty scene, basically.
Right, that was the Call of Duty
scene.
scene.
Where he's straight up Call of Dutying people. He's sniping... Everybody. While one of the kid's friends is actually playing a Call of Duty like video game.
Right.
Oh, it was so good. They blew up a bunch of fucking cars.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was great. Keanu walking away from 3 exploding SUVs and then just gut shots the kid.
Yeah.
And it was the most anticlimactic killing of a main villain.
Right.
Like in I don't know how long. Because he straight up did. He just gut shot the kid. The kid doubled over, and he walked up,
just murdered him,
put one in his dome, and moved on.
Yeah.
There wasn't a big anything.
No.
There wasn't anything.
Well, because the kid isn't worth it. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a dumb kid.
Right.
And so...
It was the principle of it.
Right.
The whole movie is based on murder by principle.
Right.
As opposed to, murder by style.
Right, exactly.
Even though it was very stylistic.
Right, of course. And so we think we're done here.
Sure.
We're
Roll credits.
John Wick is going to leave, and he's done. But then...
Still don't have his car, but, that doesn't happen until next movie anyway.
Right. Well, because we end up getting sidetracked anyway. Right? Because... Willem Dafoe, we end up, he gets the rage of the mob boss.
Right, because going back to not only has he not accomplished his goal, and the mob boss did retract the contract.
Right.
Which was one of Willem Dafoe's gripes when they do capture him. He's like,
right.
well, you took the contract away. He's like, you had chances before that.
Yeah, right.
And you fucked with us.
Yeah.
It was all based on principle.
Right. Murder by principle. Professional.
Murder by principle. Yep.
Professional courtesies.
You fucked up. You could have just not taken the contract. You decided to be a dick about it.
Yeah, right. So they murder Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
They murder Willem
nice
Dafoe.
Nice little stunt scene, too.
Yeah.
Well, Willem goes out with a little bit of a fight.
Yeah.
The guy gut shots him 7 times.
Oh, yeah.
Shoots him twice in the chest and then is like, I have 6 more bullets.
Yeah, right.
What?
And so now, because it's murder by principle...
also the fact that the Perkins is there.
Right.
She was the one that led them to Willem Dafoe.
That's right.
And but because she fucked up on Continental grounds, we get the scene where Ian McShane basically lures her to this spot,
right,
and has like, I don't know, 6 dudes very Shakespearean like shoot her in the face.
Yeah. Oh,
like 6 shots to the head.
She's excommunicado
in more ways than one. But he also calls John and he's like, I'm not here to tell you that there is a helipad with a helicopter that's going to be taking, basically leading to the end.
Right, and so he goes and...
Now we get the new Challenger. Thanks, Dodge!
Thanks, Dodge. Yeah, so he goes and he's going to go kick some more ass.
And he fucking... Again, the action in this is so good.
Yeah, it's so visceral and so raw.
It's not like, oh, here's another car chase. He's using the car as a weapon.
Right.
Like, he's pushing cars off of a cliff. He's killing people with a car.
Yeah.
There's a dude hiding behind this big pylon, and he spins, he like drifts the car around out the window, shoot, kills a guy, and then moves on.
Right.
Like, this is fun.
So fun. It's just an awesome action movie, and it's done so well. They don't have as much shaky cam as like it's a lot of long takes. Bourne. You know what I mean? Like that's the biggest problem with the Bourne movies even Marvel. And even Marvel, it's just a lot of fast cuts. You're not trusting your stunt actors.
Look at fucking Winter Soldier or Civil War. That the opening scenes of those where they're all fighting. It's like this 47 cuts in 2 seconds.
Right.
You know, this is like, and again, it goes back to, well, your director's a stuntman.
Right.
They've also worked with Keanu. And that's to your point, that actually goes into a lot of what they do on the behind the scenes stuff where they're like, well, we spent months. Keanu spent months, like every day, 7 days a week, 8 hours a day,
learning the
choreographing these stunts and learning different types of martial arts. They're like, we didn't want him to fall back on the kung fu that he knew from the Matrix, so we taught him a new form of MMA, and it was like, it was so cool watching all that shit. But yeah, the way they filmed action was
awesome.
So different,
right?
So different from what we see in major Hollywood movies,
right?
And I think that's part of why this has become such a successful franchise.
Oh, of course, because it's so different and so visual. And
exactly.
So ultimately, he ends up fighting and murdering the mob boss, and he.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to have the fight with the big bad.
Yeah, so
even though it's like, come on.
Yeah, this guy wouldn't have been.
Come on.
Yeah, John Wick would have murdered this guy.
We've seen John Wick fight and kill a bunch of people throughout this movie. He's legendary for killing 3 guys with a pencil in a bar.
Yeah.
Really? You're going to go hand to hand or hand to knife with this fucking dude?
Right.
I'm sorry. Not happening.
Yeah, right.
It does end quick, though.
It does
and
end.
it was very beautiful with the rain and all the bullshit.
Yeah, right. It was very well done, but yeah, he ends up murdering him, and the
Mayhem guy gets killed with the car. We mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
He sucked.
Right, and so John Wick is...
Give me a gun! You're a criminal. I don't care what your role in this is. You should have a gun.
It's true.
And I did love the fact that the mob boss in the back
made fun of him.
When they finally crashed, he did make fun of him. He's sitting there kind of playing fuck with him with the gun. He's like handing him the gun. He's like, nah.
Yeah, he keeps pulling it away.
Come on, take it. What are you doing? And he's sitting there just smoking his cigarette. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Go take the gun.
Take the gun.
Take the gun. Pussy.
Yeah.
Go kill him.
Yeah, go kill him or whatever.
Do something.
So John Wick is bleeding, he's dying, and then we get a rehash of the opening sequence.
Right.
And so through, phone ex machina, his wife is talking to him beyond the grave. Get up, John. We got to go home, John. And then he gets up and finds his...
you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you.
And then he...
That's Rocky 5.
Yes. Yeah.
That's Rocky 5.
That is 5. The one where he fights in the streets.
Tommy the Machine Gun.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Played by Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Terrible movie.
It was bad.
It was bad. Especially coming off the high that was Rocky 4.
Yeah.
One of the best Rocky. But, yeah, it's the best Rocky.
It's a story for a different day.
It is. Yeah. But John Wick ends up finding his way into a veterinarian hospital and then steals a dog.
He straight up steals a dog.
He straight up steals a dog.
This is the dog that has no name.
Yeah, because he's in a veterinarian hospital.
Stitching himself up.
I
don't know enough about how surgical staples work to know if what he did would actually do something or if it would do more damage.
Yeah.
He literally just kind of dumped saline on his wound and gut punched himself with a staple gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. But, Rambo cured a wound with a fucking
gunpowder.
Gunpowder and a fire. I don't know.
Yeah.
Movies are bullshit.
I mean, yeah, that was. So we'll talk about that at some point. But I'm pretty sure Rambo just now has a circle hole through his body because he cauterized that wound that way. Yeah, it shot out fire. It was weird, but
Like a fucking bottle rocket in his gut.
So John Wick is just walking around Brooklyn with this dog that's just on board.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous shot.
Yeah, he's just walking around, and this dog is just on board. He's just walking right next to him, not
It's the most
leashed.
tame rescue dog ever, by the way. Like, it was all chill.
It's like, what? We're leaving? Cool. I don't know you.
I don't need a leach. Fuck you. I'm just gonna walk calmly next to you. I'm not gonna run in 8 different directions.
Yeah.
And body everybody.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to get the hell out of here. So.
I'm not a normal rescue dog. I'm a movie rescue dog.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not a pit bull. I'm a Hollywood pit bull.
Kids, pit bull rescue dogs are not as calm as the one in John Wick at the end.
Yeah, no.
They're a bit more
temperamental.
rambunctious.
Sure.
I love the look of this movie.
Yeah, it's visually beautiful.
The
The world building is awesome.
I've always had an affinity for that. The film noir, that blue filter look of it.
Yeah, the neon lights are really cool in it in the club scenes.
One of the movies we'll do it eventually. That really does that blue filter well is Payback with Mel Gibson.
Okay.
It highlights Chicago in that blue noir filter so fucking well, and this is another movie that looks extremely similar to that and has the same kind of undertones of it. I love it. I love it. Like, it's one of those things. Like, I've always been like, if I ever get to make a feature film, I'm so ripping off that style.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Love it. John Wick. Yeah, that was John Wick.
That was John Wick.
That was John Wick. 2014's John Wick. John Wick 2. We'll get to it at some point. Brief synopsis of my feelings. I felt the opening of John Wick 2 was extremely slow.
Yeah.
I felt it was about 20 to 30 minutes too long of a movie. I felt that the hour 40 that the original John Wick was a perfect time for this type of movie.
Right.
It was tight. It was like the original Deadpool. It was like it was quick. It was tight. It was action-packed. They didn't fuck around. I felt they fucked around a little bit too much in the sequel.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing John Wick 3. Because even though they fucked around a little bit in the sequel, I still enjoyed the hell out of it.
Right. I think
John Wick 2 was awesome.
Yeah, I think
it was still an A movie, maybe not an A+, but an A movie.
Right. I think the big thing that they didn't anticipate coming out of John Wick was, we have a really cool world here.
They didn't expect a franchise.
They did not expect a franchise because
these are first-time directors,
right? And so you're looking at it, and
not even like Russo brothers. Like, we worked in TV for our whole fucking life. These were stuntmen,
right?
Who were just like, "Hey,
let's make a movie.
Wants us to direct this movie. Don't say no."
Yeah, right.
Let's say it's kind of like my philosophy in all of the jobs I've gotten in entertainment. Say yes and figure that shit out later.
Yeah, well, that's the way you do it.
Yes, and
yeah, and you look at. It's just they didn't have a plan, and so it's like, we're gonna make this a franchise, and it's just like, we did build a really cool world, but we got to kind of explain some shit,
and they do,
and so I think the slow parts there help with the world building, and so
it was world and character building,
and so I expect John Wick 3 to be more like John Wick 1.
I would hope so. I've been avoiding reviews because I'm going to see it literally Saturday. It says what's it, Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
All right. So I'm going to see it on Saturday.
Yeah, we don't have to fake the days here.
Oh no, I legitimately didn't know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Fucking blurs. But I didn't. I'm looking forward to seeing it on Saturday. And I'm not looking forward to subscribing to Stars, but I'm looking forward to seeing the Continental on
That's
Stars
gonna be cool.
when I do subscribe to it.
Yeah.
Although Stars is owned by Disney, so maybe we'll get it on Disney Plus.
I would, or
Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Hulu. They're definitely not putting that on Disney.
Well, Stars is already on Hulu.
Awesome, because I'm gonna get Hulu once Disney Plus kicks off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. I just made myself feel better.
Good.
Thanks for helping.
No problem, pal.
All right, coming up next week here on That Movie Show.
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
This was your choice.
I do like this movie.
So we're kind of starting in the middle of the Edgar Wright Simon Pegg trilogy.
I like this movie.
We're jumping
the
into the
best.
middle, kind of sticking with the Keanu action theme.
Keanu
is all about this movie.
Keanu heavily influences Hot Fuzz.
He's in it, kind of,
Sort of.
on TV.
Yeah.
They watch Point Break.
They watch Point Break and reference Point Break a
All right,
bunch.
I love it. I love these guys, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright. They do
great job.
wonderful movies, and I'm looking forward to Hot Fuzz coming up next week. Thank you for joining us here on That Movie Show. Don't start waving just yet.
Fine. I won't.
Mike Wendt, Liam Stryker. Follow us, please, on social media at Mike Wendt, at Liam NAI. Hashtag That Movie Show. Follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/ThatMovieShowTV. And, of course, you can find all our audio and video archives on NewAgeInsiders.com. You can subscribe to the podcast by searching That Movie Show on any podcasting app. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends, because if you're listening to this, you already should be subscribing. So tell your friends, hey, this movie show, That Movie Show,
Right.
pretty fucking cool.
But be on the lookout because things are going to be changing very rapidly down the line there.
We're always updating, always elevating, always keeping things
Yeah.
fresh here on That Movie Show.
So when we have the news, we'll tell you the news.
As fresh
but
as
it's coming.
cream cheese, baby.
But it's coming.
All right, thanks for joining us here on John Wick, and we'll see you next week for Hot Fuzz. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.